What's up, everybody? Ty Bartellin with another edition of Coach's Corner. Today, I'm joined by the Lousiville Leopards baseball head coach, Tyler Drabick, joining me today. Coach, how are we doing?
Good, man. How are you? Beautiful day for baseball today, 65 and sunny.
Oh my goodness! And I know, a lot of coaches are raving about the weather we have this week, able to actually get out on the field in some instances and practice. How are things looking right now? How's the team looking? What are some names we got to watch out for this Leopards team this year?
Yeah, we're looking really good, man. We have had an awesome start. We've been able to get outside every practice but one. Been able to have 5 inter-squad scrimmages. Being able to see what we got as a first-year head coach. I thought that was the best form of evaluation, was to kind of baptize them by fire and see what we got. We're going to be super talented offensively. Very, very, very scary, dynamic at the bats and the hitters. Got quite a few returners, and then some junior arms will be really good for us. Some of those guys, Grayson Bernoni, Brock Leghart, and Bryce Johnson, who all have some experience, and then we'll be waiting on our basketball guy who's chasing the state title, and Tate Aljanzik. So I'm super excited to see that kind of pitching staff form once those guys win a state championship, and then continue to see what our firepower can produce offensively.
You talk about this team. It's a team that's known success too the last few years. It's just a community that's really great in sports and has a great community that supports behind them. I know for a lot of guys, the dream is to make it to the collegiate level, just get to the next level and make it another few years in baseball. You've had a diverse playing career. You had time at Kent State, Auburn, a couple, just to name a few. How have these experiences kind of helped shape your personal coaching philosophy?
It's kind of everything. I mean, daily you can ask the guys. I give some sort of championship culture speech. Winning 2 MAC titles at Kent and then going all the way to the College World Series with the Auburn Tigers. Man, gives me a ton of experience inside of a championship locker room. And then just in my short coaching career, spending some time at Walsh, and then last year at Division I school Lipscomb that I also played at. Being able to be so fresh off those experiences and bringing that into this high school locker room has been everything. I would say it's a staple of every practice plan and every speech I give to these kids about, really what it takes to form championship culture. Not about necessarily winning individual games, but, how the little things matter and how we can build daily to build that culture in that locker room of, what is a true championship culture. And, that's kind of our MO so far is, can we day by day stack up a championship culture that will ultimately help us do what our basketball team's doing over there.
And you talk about building and maintaining relationships a lot. Can you talk about when, coming into this program too, what that's kind of like too? I know it's kind of quick on the fly. You're trying to make
Yeah.
sure you guys have all the X's and O's, I guess, checked off too, but building and maintaining those relationships, I guess is the first and foremost goal, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I
So
think
when
my slogan this year for the guys is kind of like finding your purpose. I think that's a one-liner that can be directly, you know, impactful on the field and off the field. I think I challenged them. I gave them a piece of paper, it just says in big letters, "What is your purpose?" And I feel like if a player finds their purpose on the field and in life, it helps them, have better results. So, we got a bunch of super cool seniors that want to go on and join a trade and do cool things in the community. And it starts on the field. I think a lot of guys play baseball, but they're not sure who they are on the baseball field. And I think just owning that identity, whether it's a, team guy, whether that's a, hit and run guy, whether that's a, you know, one pitch pitcher, as long as they can understand their purpose and serve their purpose, I think that's what starts when talking about championship culture. So that's kind of where I'm starting at. I'm trying to have a team full of identified guys that have purpose, and once we get that kind of ironed out, it's going to make me feel comfortable rolling the ball out there and beating some other guys.
you obviously being a little bit younger of a head coach and having some recent experience too at the collegiate level too, that baseball is continually evolving. Are you going to be the type of coach that's integrating new strategies and technologies into your coaching, or do you kind of have the old head mentality of sticking with the gut all the time?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say I'm smack dab in the middle. The best way I kind of describe myself to some people who don't know me is smack dab in the middle, man. My coach at Kent State were longtime legends, Jeff Duncan and Mike Birkbeck. When I was at Lipscomb, it's, pretty much all new school, analytics and being able to, get the competitive edge that way. And then Auburn was like kind of smack dab in the middle, old school approach with the modern day technology. And, that's kind of where I plan to stay, is right there in the middle. And implementing some faster pace of play, stealing bases. We're super talented and athletic, so we got to capitalize on our speed and we're going to have a different approach than what these guys are used to. And like you said, they're already coming from such a rich history of winning. So our job is to one, keep that ball moving the right direction while kind of trying to utilize some of our athletes a little differently.
What's kind of been one of the more challenging moments in your baseball career, whether that's playing or coaching, and how'd you overcome it?
Yeah, I mean, I would say so far, just as a head skipper, a young guy is just trying to help these guys understand that, decisions aren't personal, right? So if a decision's made, it's not the light's not dead, and how are you going to respond to these decisions, and how can you take those decisions. For instance, we have a first scrimmage tomorrow. Roster came out, a lot of juniors on JV, and I'm a guy who scheduled my scrimmages where JV's playing at the same time. So if I feel like there's a better opportunity situation, I'm going to pull that junior from the JV game, put him right in the fire at varsity. So I'm trying to help these guys understand there's going to be a lot of opportunity, different situations, and that just because one roster set one week doesn't mean it's what's going to look like the next.
And of course, I know you're going to have all the baseball analytics. You're going to have all those things in check for this team. But in talking in terms of just life lessons and things that players are going to gain from the program, what are some kind of lasting impressions or
Yeah.
lessons you hope that players gain after they've graduated from your program?
Yeah, just consistent work ethic, resiliency. It's a buzzword, but I feel like very few programs live by that. And one of my cooler experiences so far is my day job. I work for an electrical company, and we've got a bunch of blue collar Lousiville guys that want to go on and join the trade. So I was able to set up some interviews at Hilshire Clark Electric Company to get these guys set up for the next phase of their life. And I feel like some guys who may be going on to play college baseball, they know that's what's next. And we have a couple guys that are fringe guys that could swing either way, but just helping them, connect to the community and set that next part up of life for them, I think has already helped some guys have a clear slate of mind to be able to perform better on the field by just continuing to use my connections and helping these kids get to the next phase, whether it's on the field or off the field.
That's awesome, man. I love to hear it. I love to see it as well. Talking about the Leopards, I know you guys with an independent schedule, they always give you guys a great schedule to kind of test yourself before playoffs begin. What are some matchups you're excited about on this schedule to test this team with?
Yeah, we got a really, really, really tough schedule. Coach Warner, he departed a little later than maybe anticipated, and he set a nice schedule up for us. The middle of the year, we got some really tough weeks. One of the weeks that kind of sticks out to me is we got Hoban on a Monday, Hoban on a Tuesday. Hoover later in the week, followed up by an Ignatius early in the next week. So, gauntlet schedule. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to kind of showing these guys what they're worth, and being able to be scrappy and compete, if not beat these guys, which I'm fully confident in our squad's able to do. So I think our schedule is going to be very tough. Right off the grip, we got Berlin Highland game one, who's always a really, really, really tough game. So there's no weak part of our schedule by any means at any part of the season. So I think being able to challenge these guys mentally and really be able to own that grit and resilient mentality is going to be everything, because there's no breaks. It's all gas. So I'm looking forward to it.
Let's go a little rapid fire questions. 5 quick rapid fire if
Yep.
you're ready. All right. A dream matchup. If you could coach against any kind of historical baseball team, which would it be and why?
I would say all over the country, anywhere. Or
Anywhere in
just,
the country, whatever one you want. Yep.
oh man, I would probably say I would like to face a Cincinnati Moeller. Down there in the southern part of Ohio that has that rich history. Being able to see we stack up against some of those guys.
What's your go-to practice drill that players seem to enjoy the most?
Yeah, coach controlled simulated game. Fast paced, three groups, three teams. Being able to kind of enforce that fast pace of play, being able to see how many runs you can score, and being able to steal bases at a fast pace is what we've been doing so far. Just really getting after it, being crisp, being clean.
With you having a playing career, I'm sure there are some of these. Do you have any kind of pre-game rituals or superstitions that you feel like you're going to carry over as a coach?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to get the boys right from a food perspective. Got to make sure we have a nice pregame spread before every game.
All right, I love it. I love it. If you weren't coaching baseball, what sport would you be interested in coaching?
Basketball. Basketball is my first true love for sure.
All right. Is there a particular quote, motto that you live by or frequently share with the team?
Yeah, stay humble, stay hungry. I feel like in baseball, it's very easy to ride the highs and very easy to get caught in the lows. So I try to tell these guys we have a very talented team, but a really tough schedule. Can't get too high, you can't get too low. You got to stay resilient.
When we talk about you, I mean, A baseball coach and a coach in general is only as good as the staff they put around him. What are some names in that coaching staff that are going to be helping you out too, and that are going to serve big roles on that field?
Yeah, my right hand man's Bill Nowitzki. He played at Kent State. He's a fellow Flash, very tenured, very smart. He'll be taking care of our infielders and hitters. Tyler Whitlash, Malone, great. Lousiville, great. He's going to be taking care of our pitchers. And Tyler Ullman is also a Lousiville guy. He's my right hand man with discipline, keeping the guys in line. And then I have a very good kind of like consultant that'll be kind of part time with us. And Jeff Wagner is a longtime Marshall coach, 20 plus years, one of college baseball's finest coaches who comes around and helps us as well. So we're loaded with awesome coaches and amazing people around the program.
Oh, that's got to be exciting times in Leopard Country too, to have this wealth of knowledge that coming to this baseball program. Have you got? I mean, you've seen the basketball team. You've gotten a chance to kind of experience this community firsthand. How excited are you to kind of have this Lousiville Leopard community backing you now as one of their skippers?
I'm very excited, man. The love and support I've received through the fundraiser, the amazing people in the community reaching out to befriend me, and then, obviously being able to come in right after one of the most historical runs in school history in the basketball floor. It absolutely fires me up. I feel like I got to take it personal to protect, the juice that the town has created, and I'm excited to kind of hold and maintain that energy going into baseball season.
I'm excited and love to hear it, man. I want to just give you the spotlight now and a chance to kind of shine it on anybody that you'd like to now that has been there for you, that kind of help you do what you're doing.
Yeah, my father, obviously, he's been a longtime baseball coach, youth baseball coach in the area. He coached me growing up, taught me everything I know. And then, after that, just my college baseball coaches were about as impactful as you could get. And Jeff Duncan, Mike Burkbeck, Jeff Forehand, and then Butch Thompson, the SEC great. So those guys I stay in contact with daily, weekly in certain situations. And I kind of lean all big decisions through them, and they're very impactful for me. So.
Final thing for you, coach. I want to give you the chance to shout out that Lousiville community, even though you really don't need to. Let them know why they need to be on the diamond this spring.
Yeah, man, I think that just seeing the support that they've brought the basketball team and how that's impacted them and directly benefited them in many situations, I think if that same support and turnout can show up to the diamond, I think this team can do just as big of things as that basketball team. So I look forward to investing in the community, being able to give them a good experience and a good show. So I look forward to it, and I look forward to repping the Ville.
I'm excited for it, and I'm sure the Ville is very excited to have you too. You've been in those big game experiences in the college career. You've been doing this your whole life, and I know you're ready to take that next step as the HC over there at Leopard Country. And we wish you the best of luck here at YSN, coach, and we'll be rooting for you all season long.
All right, thanks, Ty. I look forward to it. Appreciate it.